if you want the drawers on the bottom, use dropper conveyors on top of storage drawers on the bottom. You mean like put a... Let's have a look at this. Dropper conveyor. This thing? I think I know what you mean. You mean like these ones here, right? This conveyor belt? You mean put that coming out of the thing? I don't know if that's going to look any better, but I'll try it because I'm interested. I don't use the conveyor belts anywhere near enough, and so I'm intrigued about trying this. We don't have any conveyor belts, but should be able to make some hopefully fairly easily. How do we make... Have we been making leather in a basin? Is that how we've been doing that? Like up until now, have I been using this basin here? We should really look at getting some kind of like actual animal farm so that we don't have to resort to putting rotten flesh into a drying basin like this. If we can get like just a cow farm running, just a standard cow farm, sheep farm, pig farm, all that kind of stuff, that would make life a little easier. But yeah, this is a bit tedious. Flashbacks to Fullcraft 3. Yeah, the Fullcraft 3 conveyor belt setup never really took off, did it? It kind of flopped on arrival, which is a shame. I feel like it could have been interesting, to say the least. But yeah, let's give this a go. I'm not convinced that it's going to look any better, but I'm willing to give it a try. You could make the mechanical basing to automate it. Really? Mechanical drying basing for drying items and fluids using energy. Ooh, I'm intrigued about that. Yeah, let's give this a go, shall we? I'll do it with the dirt one because the dirt one's probably got less essence in it at this point. But so do we want this to just... Is the idea being that we put this here and we have this not like that, but the other way around? Does that work? How... Oh, that does work. And that actually does look better. You know what? I'm sold. I don't know why I was so pessimistic about this not looking better. I think that actually does look better because it means that there's not just like a storage drawer just floating up in the sky, right? It's slightly lower down. I dig this. I think this is better. Always listen to Droid. You know what? Maybe I should listen more often than I do. All right, let's get another one of those then real quick. Thankfully, they're not too hard to make with the, especially once you've already got the conveyor belts, which we do. Conveyor belts. Give me another iron trap door. And then give me another droppy conveyor belt. Nice. That's cool. There we go. Nice. So I'll throw down the dirt again for now, covering up these here, because we don't really need to work with anything under there anymore. We've got all of the fluid pipes already set up and ready to go. So we'll just recover all of this, like so. And obviously the grass will hopefully spread back over to that fairly soon. And like I said, between sessions, I will go ahead and cover up everything else and add to all of the rest of the garden cloches. Or at least I'll set them all up so they're all ready to be used. You know, I'll put in all of the sinks. I'll put in all of the fluid conduits and set them all up ready to go. We probably won't have enough, like... seeds to fill them all just yet, but slowly over time we'll kind of fill them up as we expand out and as we craft more stuff. For now, though, temporarily, I would like to finish off the little system that we're working on by grabbing some more of these conduit facades just so we can cover up that last little bit over there. So let me quickly run over to the painting machine and we'll cover that up. And then the next thing that I think I want to work on is fixing up the... Oh, actually, no. I was going to say fixing up this thing here because you'll notice that the tree farm generator thing is still not working. The leaf eating generator system is currently offline. But before we get to that, the next thing that I want to work on is I would like to set up some multi-blocks from environmental tech. Specifically, I'm looking to get the Void Resource Miner. But in order to get the Void Resource Miner, we don't need the Void Ore Miner. I think you can make the Void Resource Miner without the Void Ore Miner, but especially if you want to upgrade the Void Resource Miner to other tiers, you do need the Void Ore Miner because the Erodium and the Cryonite and the Palladium and the Ironite, all of those things are mined using the Void Ore Miner. So we need to get that thing as well as the Void Resource Miner. So we'll go ahead and probably make both. We'll start out with the Void Ore Miner, just because that's kind of the one that we need in order to get some of the higher tier ore miners. And to make this thing, we need 1 block of diamonds, pretty expensive, but nothing we can't handle. 1 diode, which is made of glass, redstone, and an iron ingot, easy enough. 2 interconnect, which is made with 4 connectors, which are made from iron and redstone, as well as a modifier connector, which is made with, you guessed it, more iron, redstone, and this time black concrete powder, which thankfully we can make with sand, gravel, and black dye. As I showed a minute ago, we've got a ton of sand, a ton of gravel, and we've also got quite a bit of black dye, thankfully, from Britannia. This stuff right here. We got 130 floral black powder. And then finally, the last thing that we need here is 4 blocks of litherite. Litherite is the first tier of crystal, and you can craft it by crafting together 2 green dye, 2 lime dye, 4 flint, and then 1 diamond. We've got a ton of mystical green petals, as well as quite a lot of mystical lime petals. So what we should be able to do here is craft those up with our pestle and mortar, like we've done before, to get a bunch of green dye, as well as a bunch of lime dye. So we'll do that with green and lime, like so. That's going to make getting these crystals here, these litherite crystals, hopefully fairly easy. Litherite crystals. So we need 4 blocks to start with here. So actually we only need like, what, 4 lots of this for it to work. So 1, 2, oh no, yeah, this will work. We just need to replace those with these. Like so. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's enough to get the void ore miner. I think we probably want to get another 4 going for the void resource miner. Apparently we don't have enough of something. Is it flint? No, we got enough flint. We should also have enough diamonds, right? Yeah, we got 335 diamonds, which is kind of crazy. What am I missing there then? What did I not get? Oh, it's because I clicked 4 and it makes 4. So, oh, I see. I see the problem. Are these made like so, or are these made? They're not this, are they? Oh, you need 9 of them every time. Oh boy, that makes that much more expensive in that case. Oh, okay, in that case then let's go ahead and get like quite a lot more of these, because I need 8 blocks. I really thought you could do this. Oh, there we go. We got 8 blocks there. Nice. I really thought that was only a 2x2 crafting recipe, but nevertheless, now we've got that, we should be able to make the void ore miner fairly easily. No? Oh, I'm missing the interconnect, of course. We only got partway through that, right? We need to get some of this. Again, I'll make quite a bit because we do need quite a lot of this for multiple different blocks when it comes to setting up the void ore miner. And then also the modifier component does require blocks of iron, which we currently, I don't think, have many of. So we'll go ahead and craft up a few of those. Craft up some more of these. Now that we've got all that black concrete. And then if we go, boom, grab a few of those. And boom, we get ourselves our first void ore miner. Nice. And now hopefully we've also got what it takes to make the void resource miner. This guy right here, maybe? Yes. It needs obsidian. It also needs more interconnect, which we don't have just yet. So I'll go ahead and make 2 more of those. And kapow. Void resource miner also almost done. We just need to get the diode, as well as freeing a bit of inventory space up here so we can make ourselves the pipe. Again, better off going for the one that's just glass, as it is cheaper. And kapow. Nice. Also, I think you have to start with one that's glass, but nevertheless, that's got us the void ore miner and the void resource miner. However, these are both multi-block structures, right? And so to get these up and running, we actually need multiple blocks to make it work. Now, if I type in guide into JEI here, we can get the digital guide from Environmental Tech. Easy enough to make. It's a book and a litherite crystal. Thankfully, we have litherite crystals lying around. And if we take a peek in here, I'm fairly certain this will tell me what we need in order to set up our tier 1 void ore miner. So, the first tier here, does it tell me here? I thought it would. Void ore miners mine ores from the void. These miners can use large amounts of energy when modified. Does it not tell you in the, if you boop the controller with an assembler, it puts what you did in chat? Oh, really? Normally I just go to the wiki to make it work, but apparently that is no longer the case. The assembler, again, not too hard to make, so we'll go ahead and grab one of those real quick. So what I'm thinking, for now I'll put this down here just so I can get an idea of what I need. We're obviously not going to build it here, but if I do this, oh, try that again. Does it tell me what I need? Oh, you left click. Okay, right clicking tells you what it is and how much redstone flux per tick it's going to use. So this thing will use 660 redstone flux per tick, which is quite a lot. We don't really have that much just yet, so we might have to make some adjustments to our power setup, especially if we're going to have both of these, because this thing, I think, also uses, oh, it uses a lot less, 160. But between them, they're using, what, 820 redstone flux per tick, which is about as much power as we're producing over here. So we are going to want to up our power game pretty soon. But if you left click, it gives you an idea. So for this one, we need 24 structure frames. I think this is the same. Right? I think both of these require the same amount. So yeah, both require 24 structure frames. So we need 48 structure frames, as well as, I think, 40 structure panel. And then I think they also require, yeah, the same thing. So 4 laser cores, and then 1 laser lens, 2 laser lenses, I guess, of any kind. So we need quite a lot of stuff, right? Specifically, 48 structure frame is the first thing we need. Now, there are multiple tiers of structure frame, depending on which tier of void ore miner or void resource miner you set up. We're using tier 1 right now, and so we need to get 48 of these tier 1 structure frames. These require iron, lapis, more of those litherite crystals, which are quite expensive, and then interconnect. So we need 48 interconnect, 96 litherite crystals. Holy heck, that could prove fairly expensive, especially given that the litherite crystals require so many diamonds. Thankfully, we do now have, like, what was it, over 300 diamonds, and so, well, we're down to just under 300 now, but hopefully we should be able to do that fairly easily. So, I think, guys, we actually now have everything it takes to set these up. So, as I mentioned at the start of the stream here, what I'm thinking is we'll probably dig out more space on either side here. So, like, for example, which direction is this? This is the Z direction. So, all I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to use the builder just to... I did use the builder for, like, these gaps here, just so it's quicker than not using the builder. So, if we push the builder here back to, like... I don't know how big I want to make this. I'm going to put 15 in. I can always fill it in if I don't like it. But I'm thinking of going, like, all the way back. Like, that far? Maybe I want to go even further than that. Because this is, I think, 15 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 15. This is 15. I'm wondering if I want to make this square or not. I think I might, honestly. If that's the case... Oh no, I need to offset that more, right? I need to offset that by like -7, like that. And also push the Y up to 9 and offset that to 5, I think. If I want to get rid of that line there as well. Nope, that's too high. It's not a problem, it didn't destroy anything of importance. It didn't get rid of that bottom line. So maybe it's up to 9 but still 4. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm thinking about maybe making it this big. And that way, that's still not 15 deep, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, it is. Never mind. Also, before we put this thing down, this is reminding me of another thing that I do want to craft up here real quick. And that is the exchanger. The exchanger, which we actually might not have enough ender pearls to make now that I think about it. But this thing would be really neat for replacing large areas like this. Like I've done quite a bit of replacing of like the roof here with spruce, with dark oak wood. And I'd like to be able to replace this all without having to dig it all up first. And the easiest way to do that is with an exchanger. Now, however, the exchangers are quite expensive. You can see even the basic wooden exchanger here, which I think can only exchange in a 1x1 radius, does require 3 ender pearls, as well as 4 red dye, which we might actually not have, but we could get fairly easily. But then if you want to get up to the higher tier ones that can do larger areas like 3x3, 5x5, you need yet more. Every single one requires more and more ender pearls. And so actually I might have to hold off on getting that just yet and just do it the old-fashioned way for the time being, at least until we get our mob spawner, a real mob spawner that's fully automated up and running. But for the time being, let me quickly grab some cobblestone, just so I have something to build with. And then what I'm thinking is we'll go right in the middle here. Is that the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not the middle. The middle's like here, right? That might be the middle of the... oh, no, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. Is this not 15? Is this 1, 2, 13, 14? It's not quite the size that I want. Not quite. It's almost there. That's because that needs to be 8, I think. 3rd time's the charm? Maybe 4th time? There we go. Didn't quite... they didn't quite get rid of what I wanted to get rid of there. That's fine. That's fine. I can fix that in the future. For now, I'm pretty sure that like that is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So again, I'll probably replace all of this with dark oak, make it look a bit more even. But for now, I think that might be tall enough. I'm not quite sure. I guess we can find out, right? I'll push it 1 higher just in case it's not tall enough, actually. But if we put it right about there, and then I guess for now get rid of the cobblestone, and then so long as you have all the items in your inventory, the structure panels, the structure frames, the laser cores, all of that stuff, all you have to do is right click with the assembler onto the void ore miner, and if you hold down the right mouse button, it will go ahead and fill in the complete multi-block for you, which is quite nice. So now all that stuff is down and ready to go. And the final piece of the puzzle here is the void ore miner does require a direct path to bedrock, so it needs to be able to see either the void or bedrock. I haven't actually been down to bedrock, and people did tell me that bedrock isn't in the pack, so I'm assuming... First of all, actually, do I take damage from this laser? I don't think I do. At least I'm really hoping I don't. But if we head on down here to bedrock, what should happen is as soon as we get to the lowest Y level, it should form a beam and begin producing ores as soon as we provide it with redstone flux. There it is. Okay, so that's the void. It's not showing the beam, which means it's probably not built correctly. I would have laughed if my jetpack ran out of fuel like right here. It would have been infuriating because it shouldn't, but it would have made for quite funny video, I think. So what am I missing here then, actually? Am I missing like another... What am I missing here? Missing a laser core? Was I? I thought I had those. I'll make another one, I guess. It does appear that I'm missing a laser core, though. Did I put it away or something? Or did I just not make it? Laser. Again, click out. Get rid of the cobblestone. Laser core. Okay. Give me like 4 laser cores. Is that going to work? It is. Nice, I think. No? Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, I saw it kind of change a bit there. And there's the beam. So now we know it's working. Now what we need to do is actually provide this thing with a redstone flux. Again, we can just grab a flux point. I'm going to have to make another one for my builder. But if we go ahead and throw this down right about here, we are going to want to get some kind of chest of some description to place on top of the void ore miner here to collect all of the ores that come through. I think it's probably going to be best if we make like an upgraded chest, you know, so maybe like upgrade a standard chest to iron, and then maybe upgrade an iron chest. Oh, that's a refined iron. I would like just a standard iron chest, please. Your basic iron chest, just the standard edition. I'm not interested in the deluxe version. Did we gain iron today? I thought we had like 6,000, but suddenly we've got like 10,000 iron. Maybe we had 16,000 potentially. I mean, I could have been wrong, but we'll then upgrade that to gold. And then we'll also go ahead and, just for fun, upgrade that to diamond, because it's not too expensive. We could also, if we wanted to, I guess, upgrade that to, like, crystal, but there's no real need for it. So we'll throw that down like so. I actually quite like the idea of having this point this way. And then if we throw down the flux point right about there, it's already connected to the Stink Cheese network. And so now it's pulling out 3,700 redstone flux per tick. We can limit that to 660, because I think 660 is the max that this can use. I think it might have an internal buffer, which is probably what it was pulling from there. But this thing is now going to very slowly, quite slowly indeed, but surely, begin to produce ores for us. You know, it's going to just generate ores from the void and pump them up into the chest. Right? Which is now doing. You see we got glowstone there. Is this the... Yeah, this is the void ore miner. We got glowstone. If I go over to the void ore miner again and press U, you get a full list of all of the things that it can generate. You know, the 13 pages there, coal ore, diamond ore, all of the different modded ores, as well as all these crystals that you can use to upgrade, as well as things like glowstone, and I think there's another weird one that you get, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But you get quite a lot of stuff from this, which is quite cool. And as you upgrade, you can they become faster. You can put more upgrades in them to make them, you know, even faster on top of that. If I type in upgrade, I think they're actually called modifiers in this pack. Yeah, in environmental tech, you can make... So right now, our base tier here doesn't have any modifier slots, so we can't modify this in any way. But as you increase the tiers, as we go to like tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and I think tier 6 is the highest tier, you can put in more and more modifiers, such as the speed modifier, to make it even faster. It does start to tank through even more power than the 660 redstone flux per tick that this one's eating, but it starts to produce ores just ridiculously fast, right? Which is crazy. Crazy good. So now I essentially want to do the same thing on the other side of the room here for the void ore miner. It's also one of the reasons why I wanted such a big space here. I think even this 15 by 15 space might not be big enough for the largest void ore miner. I'm not quite sure. Let me check real quick. Void ore miner. I don't know quite how large the largest one is. According to the wiki, the largest one is 13 by 13 by 8. So this area here should be big enough to hold the largest one just, right? It's going to have like a tiny little 2-wide gap all around it. But this area should be able to hold a nice big void ore miner if we get to the fullest form in the future here. So now let's quickly grab the builder, run it over to this side, pick this thing up because this should not be here right now. Well, we don't need this here anymore. This is a storage terminal that lets us access our storage scanner, but now that we've got the storage tablet, we don't need the storage terminal anymore. Also, make sure to change this, because this is now incorrect. We're now going just +8 in the Z direction, but I think other than that, everything else is fine, I think. I think everything else is fine there. We do, however, need to go get another flux point, which does mean doing a bit more crafting. Again, I don't have to go to the storage scanner, Isaac. You got to remember, you don't have to do that every time. Flux point. Let's see here. We've already got the redstone block. We are going to need to get another Eye of Ender. That's fine. We might have the flux. We do. Nice. And so that was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. Check the area. Yeah, I will do. I will do. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. So we'll throw that down. We can check the area real quick, although I am sure that that is... Oh, look at that. I love this thing, by the way. This builder is so good. Like, I hated it originally because I used it incorrectly, but... Oh, no, it didn't finish. But now that the other one... 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was the 5th block up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same idea. We do want to, again, go all the way down to bedrock. But now, right-click with the assembler. Again, it's going to throw down all the blocks that we already have in our inventory. We might have to make some more laser cores. I know we were missing that a second ago. We might be missing iron chests here for storage, and that would be cheaper. But you know what? It's nice to have diamond chests every now and again. They look quite cool, I think. You may disagree, but nevertheless, diamond chest, or gold chest even, and diamond chest, nice. So we'll throw it down like that. Once again, I will steal the little flux point from the builder and throw it down on the front, like so, for free. But unlike the Void Ore Miner, this one is going to start producing resources for us. The Void Resource Miner, again, if we press U, produces essentially kind of like everything else, you know, stone, granite, obsidian, sand, marble, cobblestone, clay, terracotta, I guess, ice, all kinds of stuff. There were 28 pages on this one. Apparently, all the different kinds of ice. I really hope we don't get that many kinds of ice. But mica is also quite an important one because that is used in... finally, pretty much one of the last things that I want to do in today's stream here is I would like to try and fix up the tree system, the leaf-eating generator Steve's Cart's tree farm that we have down here. Because right now, it's broken and it's not working as intended, but I think that it is fixable. The first thing that we are going to need is another detector rail, which requires some stone pressure plates, as well as some iron and some redstone, fairly easy to do. Of course, allowing the Steve Cart to stop. Steve's Cart's cart? It allows the cart to stop. I'm going to put it right about saplings into here, because the cargo manager is going to fill up with saplings and then not be able to pull apples out. And so what I think we'll do is we'll make another cargo manager and put it at one of the other corners. For example, this one, where the cart already is. If we go ahead and do this here, it does mean we have to go through the slightly tedious process of making yet another cargo manager, which is a little picky when it comes to craft. It's not the nicest craft in the world, but it's not really difficult. It's just somewhat long. But if we make another one of these, I think it's going to make our lives a little easier in terms of getting this this tree farm back online. So I need 4 large plates. I then need like 4 huge plates. And then we also need, of course, this thing, which requires 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. That actually wasn't too bad, honestly. That was a fairly benign craft, all things considered. Compared to some of the crafts in the game, that was not too bad. So move freaking Leroy out of the way there. Drop this down. And essentially... all I'm going to do is grab another hopping bonsai pot. Thankfully, we've already got one. Good stuff. We are going to put that on top of a drawer here. We want to make sure we lock this, and we want to make sure that at least one of the 4 empty drawer slots is dedicated to a sapling, right? And at that point, we're going to use an item conduit, if we have them. We could use translocators, honestly. What is that? We've got a disabled item. We could use translocators, and that could be quite fun. We haven't used translocators yet. You know what? Sure, we made these translocators a little while ago, and I wanted to use them, but we didn't get around to using them, so I'm going to use them now. What we're going to do is I'm going to artificially kind of get this going a little bit here. I'm going to grab some saplings and put those in right about there. Let's also grab some like leaves real quick if we have them, just to fill this out. I want oak leaves. Put those in there. So we'll lock this up. So now even if it pulls out all the saplings, it should stay like that. We'll do that and that. I also want to get a void upgrade onto this thing as well, so that if we do, you know, fill up on like oak logs or something, we don't back up the system and stop producing saplings. The whole idea of this is that it constantly and eternally produces extra saplings, so the Steve Scott's tree farm never stops running. It never runs out of saplings itself. So we'll put the void upgrade in there as well, so it gets rid of any excess. And then now, I do wish to filter this here. I would like to only pull out oak saplings. So you extract oak saplings into here. Now look at that. Oh, I love it. I just love the way you could see them fly across like that. I think that's so cool. I put dirt on both sides, but it only planted on the one. But as soon as I turn the dirt into grass, now it plants on both. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it's doing it. You can see already the little bone meal particle effects coming from all the agri carnations, because we've got just so much of this mana now in our mana pool. It's crazy. This should already be producing more charcoal. It is. It's going to slowly but surely turn all that oak wood into charcoal. And there we go. Our system should now be back online, back producing More redstone flux. Oh, look at that. I do still love the way that that leaf eating generator just tears apart all of the leaves that that appear like right away. That is fantastic. So he's going to go around, start planting more stuff, and just continue to do things as usual. I don't know if... I really do think that this should hopefully produce saplings fast enough. That's really the only concern here, because if it doesn't produce saplings fast enough, it might end up in another position where the cart runs out of fuel. The cart runs out of fuel when it doesn't have enough trees to chop down, right? When it does like a few laps of the ring, but doesn't have any wood to chop down. So hopefully that's not going to be the case. If it is, we're going to have to put down some more hopping bonsai pots and try and pump even more saplings into the system here. But hopefully this is going to be okay. So we'll see. Hopefully it is. Like I said, guys, between sessions, I will set up all the rest of my garden cloches to accept water. Also, we should really look. Actually, we've got like so many saplings just appear on the floor. We should probably look, now that I've said this, towards pumping specifically. First of all, let me clear my inventory out. We've got way too much stuff here that we don't need in our inventory. So I'm just going to clear a couple of things out. Right? That's weird, I think. Like, apples make sense. Pears make sense. Charcoal, not these into the system. And then I think we will probably look at extracting out the saplings, right? Like if we pull the saplings out and into the storage drawer, that kind of kills two birds with one stone there, because it empties out this chest, but also keeps more saplings in the system. Now, this is going to be horrible. Like, it's going to look horrible and not at all symmetrical, and I hate it, but it's going to be effective, right? Like, this will work. We'll just disable this side. We will extract only... We do want to filter this, actually, as well. So let me quickly grab an item filter from Ender.io, which is this one. Basic item filter. That's what I'm after. We are out of paper. Thankfully, we did get extra sugarcane earlier in the stream, so I should be able to make that fairly easily. Give me a basic item filter. Let's filter... Oh, that was a quest, apparently. Let's filter oak saplings like so. And then I want that on the extract side. Extract, active without signal, and insert. So that should pull all of the oak saplings out of there, which it is doing. Automatically place them into here, which is going to pump them, of course, around into the cargo manager. Like, geez, that's so loud. we need sound mufflers around this area as well, because it is so freaking loud. Oh my goodness, sound muffler. Let me see if I have what it takes to make a few of these as well, because boy, is that ever an annoying sound. Give me like 4 of those, I guess, or 5 will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I like put one of these in each corner or something and maybe hide it as well? I don't know what the range is on. You know, I'll just put them like here. I don't know what the range is on the sound mufflers, but hopefully this is like enough to save my ears a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then the dirt should end up in there. It did. Cool. All right, we can turn our sound back up again. Those probably stack as well, so that's probably like a lot of sound muffling going on there, but that's beautifully silent now. I've also hit the wrong key there and changed my map size, which is weird, but we can change that back. There we go. And so, yeah, hopefully this will continue to work quite nicely. I guess we'll have to wait and see to whether or not that works. I'm a little worried about the fact that there is dirt essence in here. Does that have the ability to kind of quickly, like, as it comes out here, does it have the ability to quickly, like, pick it up on the way out? I guess we could try and rectify that maybe by just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, by limiting this to 8 by 8 as opposed to 10 by 10. Like, if we just bring that down like so. It does mean it won't pick anything up from here, but it will pick it up there. Yeah, nice. Okay, so I think that it might have just been a little fast there at picking up something off the conveyor belt. So I think even there was quick enough to pick it up. But now, hopefully, that won't be an issue. Everything should be A-okay. And our system is working once more. Let's quickly grab another feral flare lantern, shall we? To throw down in that new area, or at least in the roof of that new area. I've got to be careful around here with the feral flare lanterns, because if we are going to set up a mob spawner nearby, we do want to make sure that we don't have the lanterns anywhere where... Oh, I'm so low on health. I'm actually so low on health. I'm terrified. Nope. No. Nope. Not today, game. Today is not the day that I die. Not today. Get out of here. Oh, boy. Okay, we've done it. I'm fine. I'm fine. Actually, this is already... Oh, I put the lantern down. Okay, cool. I'm going to move that lantern real quick because I don't like that positioning there. I'm going to move it up into the roof here. I prefer really to not see my lanterns for the most part. I like hiding them in the roof like that. And then I'll cover that up with stone. I'm going to replace that with dark oak probably anyway. That was close. That was closer than it needed to be. Oh, boy. But we've kept our 0 deaths record, which I'm very happy about. Oh, boy. And then finally, chat, I think here what we'll do is we'll go and we will look at our quest book, which is something we haven't done in quite some time here, but we have done, I think, a couple of quests today, actually, and also there's a couple of quests that we can do fairly easily. For example, floral fertilizer, I think we might have, and if we don't, we definitely have what it takes to make floral fertilizer real quick, so I will go ahead and just quickly throw that quest together. Instead of using floral white powder, we will use floral lime powder, because we have so much of the stuff. We only need 5, like so, and that's that quest complete. Good stuff. Can we claim a reward for that? A loot chest, maybe? Nice. As well as the Lexica Botania. 64 ME storage components. Actually very nice indeed. It's going to make our start into Applied Energistics a little bit easier. Give us a little bit more space, which is always nice. We could probably also do this, honestly. 2 fans and 4 iron spikes. Let's see here. Fan. We didn't actually end up using the open blocks fans, but they are still fairly easy to make. 2 fans, and then, was it 4 iron spikes? Which, again, are not too difficult to make. Like so. Oh, we were out of blocks of iron, really? I thought we had like a spare one from earlier when we made like 50 of them, but apparently we used them all making that void ore miner, but that's fine. So that's another... Oh, look at that. We're just tearing through the quest, chat. Tearing through the quest. Let's go with the bottom loop back here. Something good. 2 speed upgrades. Actually quite nice. Again, going to be useful for maybe for our mechanical users. I might go and throw that in up there, maybe. But for the most part, I don't really think they need to be sped up much more at this point. What else do we have here that we could maybe do quite easily? There's a few that we've already done. We did do a fair bit of work on mystical agriculture today, and so we can go and claim a few of these. I'll go for like the bottom loot chest every time. Everyone knows that's the best one. If it ever works, there we go. And then Infusion Crystal, also made. Good stuff. The rest of these really shouldn't be too hard for us to make either. Once we get a lot of Inferium as well, we should be able to make most of this stuff fairly easily. Storage-wise, we have made the Controller Slave quite a while back, but that is good to claim. And then we didn't do anything with Draconic Evolution, and we didn't do anything with Project E, but we do have a good couple of loot chests here to open. Growth Crystals, always quite nice, actually. Should help with speeding up some growth if we need it. Chance Cubes, we've got actually so many Chance Cubes. I do need to, on one of these streams, go around and throw those down. Punchy Sticks, not as useful, at least not anymore. But yeah, I should go around and... we should start a stream maybe, or end a stream sometime with just a ton of Chance Cubes, because we've got so many of them, and so many Icosahedrons as well. It's crazy. Chance Cubes are right. Not today, but we will do them, I promise. I will open... How many Chance Cubes do we have? I think we don't have many in the system, but we do have this chest here that's full of my old mail. This one. I think someone, maybe Shaggy, sent me a lot of Chance Cubes. Yeah. We've got so many Chance Cubes. Thankfully with luck pendants as well, but you know you want more. But we do have so many Chance Cubes, it's crazy. I would really recommend making a Prosperity Tinker's Pick and setting up a mechanical user plus placer auto cycle to make infinite prosperity shards. How does that work? Is there like a way that we can get these? Prosperity Tinker's Tools gives you a chance to get an item every time you mine something. Oh, really? So you just kind of like have like cobblestone placed down and you just break it with a Prosperity Tinker's Pick to automatically get prosperity shards? That's interesting. I mean, we could also just set up like an auto sieve for sand, right? Maybe? Like I'm thinking just like, we're producing sand over here, right? With the with the material stoneworks factories. We've got multiple thousand sand. We could just pump those into like an auto compressed sieve. A heavy sieve, this one here. You know, compress the sand and then sift it and then just process the results afterwards. That could work as well, potentially. But I do like the idea of the prosperity shard thing. That could work as well. But you're doing things in alternate ways in this pack, remember? That's true, actually. That is true. I was thinking that as soon as I got to the end of the sentence there, thinking, but who wants to use sieves when we can put down blocks and break them with a pickaxe and then try and auto-repair it, or maybe have it repaired with redstone flux or something. That could be quite interesting. I think that would be fun. Anyway, I think, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's stream there for now. we got a good amount of stuff done. I'm happy with what we got done there. We are going to have some items here still that are going to despawn, but I think that's something we just have to put up with if we don't want our essences being picked up by the item collector here. We're also going to have to figure out something to do, like what we're going to do with all the excess items that are in this chest. I might just have to put like another item conduit in a trash can just to avoid any excess items. We could store the apples in here, but I really don't think we need to. Like, we don't need the excess apples. It's not necessary. And so I might just trash the rest of those. But hopefully, when we come back, this will all be still running and we'll have continued to work. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And hopefully we'll have all of our garden cloches up, running, ready to go, and hopefully also have a large amount of Inferium Essence ready to be able to move forward with more of ores and resources. Look at that. I hate that you get all of the different colors of ice, all the different like chiseled types of ice. That is horrible, but at least we are getting something slowly but surely there. But yeah, when we come back, we should probably have a large number of both ores and resources, because these are coming in quite a bit faster than I thought they would. But nevertheless, guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up there for today. As always, if you did enjoy the stream, be sure to hit like. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment in the YouTube video if you ever watched this on YouTube. I'm so used to autopiloting and to leave a comment down below, which if you would like, you can also check me out on YouTube, youtube.com/gaming-on-caffeine. And finally, our Discord is available to everybody, discord.gg/GOC if you would like as well. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!